Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Physics from the Heart. Okay, today we are going to start our new chapter Ray Optics from NCERT 12th Science. So first of all, we have already studied in 10th standard optics. Optics means it's related to light. First of all, we have to clear that light is called optics in the case of physics. Okay. Uh, we consider that light is traveling like a ray, but there are two paths of light. First one is ray and another one is wave. Let's consider. First of all, we have to study about the introduction of ray optics. What is the basic concept of optics? Then first of all, there are two types of optics we have to study. First one is ray optics and another one is wave optics. You know that if light is traveling like a straight path, it is known as ray, and while light is traveling like this, then it's called wave. Then why we consider light as a ray? Okay. Simple logic. If light traveling as a wave, then it has a wavelength. What is the meaning of wavelength? Wavelength means if this is a wave, then this is its wavelength lambda. But light has a minimum wavelength. What is the value of wavelength of light? Wavelength of light is 400 nanometer to 700 nanometer. Here nanometer means 10 raised to minus 9 meter. So we can say that light has a minor wavelength. Nanometer means if this is, if we consider the path of light, then wavelength looking like this, because in order of nanometer. So if we trace the path, it's like this ray. So due to the minimum wavelength of light, we see that light is traveling like a ray. But in reality, there are two paths of light. First one is ray and another one is wave. So this is the single and basic concept of the optics. Now our 9th chapter is about the ray optics and our 10th chapter is about the wave optics. Then what we have to study in this chapter? In this chapter, we have to study about the ray optics. There are two phenomena, reflection and refraction. Both can understand by the ray optics. But if we want to study interference, polarization, diffraction, then we have to study wave optics. It can understand by wave optics. So this is the basic difference between ray optics and wave optics. If you want to study reflection and diffraction, then require study about the ray optics. If you want to clear our concept about the interference, polarization and diffraction, then we have to study wave optics. Now, reflection and refraction. So our first topic 9.1, reflection. But before it, we have to clear that if light is incident on any surface, this is the normal to the surface, 90 degree, clear? If light incident on it, there are three possibilities. This is incident light. This is medium 1, medium 2. If light is incident on any surface, there are three possibilities. First one is reflected back into same medium. So this ray is reflected ray. Clear? So if light is incident on any surface, there are three possibilities. First one is reflection. Another possibility, light is going into another medium. In this case, in the case of reflection, light does not go in the another medium, but it reflected back into same medium. But while refraction occurred, then light is coming from the medium 1 and going into medium 2, and its path will be changed. How it will be changed, we will study in the reflection topic. But there are two possibilities, reflection and refraction. Another possibility is absorption. Light is absorbed at any point. This is the third possibility. So if light is incident on any surface, there are three possibilities. First one is reflection, another one is refraction. So this ray is refracted ray. What is the meaning of reflection? Light was in another medium and its path will be changed. So it is known as refraction. And third one, absorption. So there are three possibilities. Now we have to study about the topic 9.2. Refraction. Okay. Suppose this is the surface, or we consider it is a mirror. Okay? This is the mirror. This is the normal to the surface. If ray of light incident on the mirror, this is incident ray, and reflected back into same mediums, this is reflected ray. Okay. Then what is the laws of reflection? There are two basic laws of reflection. Laws of reflection. What is the first law of reflection? Incident angle and reflected angle are always same. This is the first law of reflection. What is the first law? Incident angle and reflected angle are always same. Then what is the incident angle and what is the reflected angle? Then angle of incident ray with the normal, this is the normal, this angle is called incident angle, and angle of reflected ray with normal is called reflected angle. According to first law of reflection, incident angle and reflected angle are always same. So we can say that incident angle I and reflected angle are always same. This is the first law of reflection. Clear? Okay. Now second law of reflection, incident ray, reflected ray and normal to the surface all are lie in a same plane. Then this is the second law of reflection. Incident ray, reflected ray and normal to the surface all are lies in a same plane. So this is the two basic laws of reflection. We have to remember it clearly. First law is incident angle and reflected angle are always same. Second law is incident ray, reflected ray and normal to the surface all are lies in a same plane. Clear? So this is the basic two laws of reflection. Okay. Now we have to come on the topic. Let's come on the topic on the mirror, spherical mirror. How we can make a spherical mirror? In the textbook, we have to study about the concave and convex mirror, but there is no information how to make a concave and convex mirror. So let's study about the how to make a mirror. Consider this is the sphere. Okay. This is the sphere. Cut this part of the sphere AB and put here A, B, A, B. Now look at here. If we color outside to this mirror, if we cut the outside this part, then inside surface is known as reflecting surface. So this mirror is known as concave mirror, and if we color the outside of the surface, if we color the inside of the surface, then outside surface is behaving as a reflecting surface. So this mirror is known as convex mirror. So if we want to make a mirror, then color the inside surface or outside the surface of the part. Otherwise it is behaving as a glass. But if we color the outside surface or inside surface of the mirror, then of the glass, then it is behaving as the mirror. If we color the outside of the surface and inside curvature is behaving as a reflecting surface, then it is known as concave mirror. If outside surface is behaving as a reflecting surface, so it is known as convex mirror. So this is the two types of mirror. First one is concave mirror, another one is convex mirror. Now there are some basic properties. Basic properties of mirror. Spherical mirror. Suppose we consider glass and outside color. So inside surface is behaving as a reflecting surface. So inside surface is behaving as a reflecting surface. So this is a concave mirror. This point is A, this point is B. So AB. Now, what we have to study? Then some basic properties. First of all, now this part is behaving as a concave mirror. Then first, center of this mirror P is known as pole. Center of mirror is known as pole P. Clear? Center of mirror is known as pole P. Another term, center of curvature C. How we made a mirror? Then it made from the glass. Then center of this glass is known as center of curvature. So center of glass from we made a concave mirror. Center of glass is known as a center of curvature. See, okay. Now, another term, focus line. This is the center of curvature. See, this is the pole. Now, line passing through, or imaginary line passing from P and C is known as focus line. Clear? Line passing from P and C is known as focus line. This line, imaginary line, is passing from P, pole, and center of curvature C is known as focus line. Another term, radius of curvature. What is the another term? Radius of curvature. Now, we have to clear that. We have to take all distance from the pole. So, distance of the center of curvature from the pole is known as radius of curvature R. So, distance of C from the P is known as center of curvature. Sorry, radius of curvature. Radius of curvature is denoted by capital R. Now, paraxial rays. Paraxial rays means this is the focus line. Rays are parallel to the focus line is known as paraxial rays. Example, like if this ray is incident ray is paraxial to the focus line and this ray also, the both rays are paraxial to the focal line. So both rays are known as paraxial rays. Another term, principal focus. What is the principal focus? Capital F. Okay. Paraxial rays are incident on the mirror and reflected back and concentrate at a one point on focal line. Both rays are incident and reflected back and concentrated at one point on the focus line is known as capital F, principal focus. So paraxial rays are concentrated at one point on the focus line is known as principal focus. And last term, focal length. What is the focal length? Then distance of principal focus from the pole P is known as focal line small f. Distance of capital F from the P is known as the focal length. So this is the basic terminologies which are not given in textbook, but we have to clear it and remember it. There are many things which is not available in book. So this is the basic concept of the ray optics. In next lecture we will study about the another term and relation between F and R and mirror formula. So बच्चा लोग, first of all you have to clear the basic concept of the ray optics and remember these all things. We will meet in next lecture. Stay home, stay safe. Jai Hind.